Hello friends, so welcome to this lecture on Azure SQL DB security consideration. So in this lecture we'll see that what are the different options Microsoft provides in order to secure the SQL database. See, before digging into further, we all are aware that security or data security is a top agenda for any organization, and day by day the kind of breaches which are happening are increasing both in volume and in complexity. So in terms of security, when we talk about, there is no silver bullet that we can say that okay, this is the ultimate solution to have a security. So it is always recommended to have defense in depth. So to have that defense in depth, there are a number of security controls which can be applied at the network level. Then really to protect the data, there are a number of controls we have. So similarly, Microsoft has provided features so that we can have that defense in depth or layered control to protect our sensitive data. So the first one is like network security is in order to allow access to the SQL databases, we can allow which all VNets and networks would be allowed to connect. And then in addition to that, we have that protection of data. So we'll, don't worry, we'll have subsequent lectures in detail for studying each of these. So in this lecture, just be a quick overview. Then in order to protect the data, we have features like TLS, encryption at rest, client encryption, which helps to protect the sensitive data like medical data or customer credit card number or national insurance number. So these kind of features Microsoft has in order to protect the customer data which is lying within the SQL database. Then we have is the access control, with the help of which to DB we can control access. Like several authentication methods are there, like SQL Server authentication, and you can integrate it with the Azure AD authentication, so that access to your SQL Server and the databases can be provided and controlled. Then at the application level, there is a row level security which restricts access to rows of data based on user identity role. And it is also a very good feature with the help of which it can be implemented to ensure, let's say, the users only have access to data rows that are relevant to their department and they don't have access to restricted or some confidential data. Then dynamic data masking is there. We can mask the data which we want that okay, it should not be visible to others. And then in proactive monitoring, the features like auditing, really to get the reports, what happened, who accessed one, who accessed which thing at what time, all those things. Then threat detection is there, alerting is there. If any kind of threat is there, SQL injection is happening, or somebody is running some malicious query, right? So all those alerts can be set. Then there is a vulnerability assessment. If we set the vulnerability assessment on case of DBs, it will give us indication that okay, what all things we need to remediate by enabling that vulnerability assessment. So all these are the, we can say, controls to secure our SQL database or to have defense in depth approach or layered security approach. So this is it, friends, in this lecture, a pretty short lecture. So let's meet in the next lecture and study all these details one by one. Thank you. Thank you for watching this lecture. Meet you in the next lecture.